Well, hello everybody. Welcome back. I'm back for tier 2 after I don't even know how many races I've missed now. But 3? 2 or 3, something like that. But yeah, I'm back. Hope everyone had a happy new year, Merry Christmas, happy holidays, all that good stuff. Hopefully Santa got you guys all great gifts. And yeah, we're back tier 2 again here in Japan. Ready for some action. Let me pull up my stats that I always read out during quali. If I can find it. Let's see, penalty points as per usual. Everyone's been pretty well behaved, I think. Except Sam, I think. I think Sam had a doozy at Abu Dhabi. But yeah, there's still the two Merc guys leading the penalty points championship. 1-2. Wrong championship to be ahead of, but you know, what can you do? I think Zeech is serving a quali ban this race, if I remember correctly. I don't know if that was for last race or if it's for this one, so we'll see if he goes back into the pits. He does not. I don't know. Say, let me go back on Discord. It says after round 8 Qatar, Zeech will be having a quali ban next race. So he started last race. Okay. Fantastic. Go back. I think Bum was the first car out on track. We'll go back to him. We're currently in tier 2. I've got my standings here. So Rhythms is still leading the championship with an 80-point gap over MRK. 155 to 123. Then Fletcher and Kiwi following suit. Then Sean Tilla. Golden Drift, Miller Time, Jordy, Omarmo, Zeech, Newbie, Man in the Box, NVA, Sam G, MB Jacobson, Shamrock. And we got a couple reserves of Meebinator and NW Bum, and then Mod, and then Josh. Currently, as Miller sets the tone at the moment. I think that was around the same time that Burn did, if I remember correctly. I don't want to talk about tier 3. I'm just so excited that there's only 2 more races left, and I don't have to do this anymore. Anyway, we click off this. Yeah, let's see what MRK can pull out of the bag here. As I think it's Kiwi. Oh no, that's Fletcher pulling back into the pits. As MRK demolishes that time by about 3/10. Move on to the next, and I saw someone cut across the grass. Let's see about Money Mod. What can Money Mod do? But yeah, congrats to Snoop for winning. I think it was. I don't know. I was just chilling. I think it was Snoop. And Burn Victim sold again, as per usual. Shake my head. Blistering quali pace just for him to get a 10-second in the pit lane. Shake my head. But what can you do? What can you do? I was surprised. I was looking at, like, you know, obviously gotta take it with a bit of grain of salt, but I was looking at the best time at the end, and I was surprised that, like, I was, like, pretty equal with Ted and Normbash, so I'll take that after getting wiped out at the first turn, being like 40 seconds behind the rest of the pack. But no, we're not gonna talk about it. That's too late. It's in my mind now. You've brought it up. Mod can go to P8. Jordy, of course, gonna go again. Just getting a feeler out there. Jacobson looks like he's also on a lap. So we'll go on board him, because I think Omarmo, who's also on track, is behind him, so we can switch them afterwards. Okay, looking at it, looks like, I don't remember, is Zeech a full-timer now, or is he still a reserve? I can't remember, I can't keep up, I've missed too many races. Because, what race was it? What was that? Whatever was after Abu Dhabi, I missed that one for a work event. That was mandatory, we all had to be there. And then, not last one, but the one before Christmas, I think that was Qatar. I missed that one as well because I was traveling for Christmas as well, so gone for about a week or so. A little more than a week. But now I'm back. Yeah, unfortunately, again, no dog cam. She's being very temperamental. Actually, no, she's laying in her crate. I could plug it in, theoretically. But knowing them, they'll just move once someone goes and opens the door or something like that, so. Perchance we can make it work. Kiwi. Who's ahead? Okay, Kiwi's ahead of, Drunken. Let's see kind of lap Kiwi can do. Oh, you stream, bro? You stream? You got a streamer? Hold on, Cole. How are you getting up? I'm gonna see if I can find the camera. I don't know where I put it. See, this is why I can't use the dog cam, because you just be moving. Get off me. Get off me. Why are you standing on me? Ouch. Ooh. Ooh, actually, keep digging your claws in my... Oh, here's the camera. You can do like this. Find the cord for it. I'm gonna plug it in, but we'll see if it actually turns on. Sometimes it doesn't turn on. But the main star of the show, we'll be quiet. The main star of the show is sleeping in her crate and is scheduled for surgery later this month because she's got a tumor on her eye, her eyelid. Always something going on with this damn dog, costing me money. But we move. Let me actually open OBS. I'll see if this works. How far this can reach. I think before the stream, but I like to improvise. Let's see if that works. Is it on? No, for whatever reason, it's not on. But maybe I'll think about it. As I've been fiddling around with this thing, Kiwi is coming across the line now. His teammate going provisional pole. He moves up into 7th. Good job from Fletcher. Shamrock start. Maybe it's just a test run, But Envy the last one to set a lap, so we'll see what he can do. I don't even know what this is plugged into. There's no like on button, you just plug it into the computer and go. But oh well, it doesn't want to turn on, so we'll leave it. And the other dog left me. I've been abandoned. I'm stuck in here. Let's see, who's actually moving? MRK improved. Oh, top Red Bull. Keeps cycling through. So he just did a lap Oh, there we go. There's someone on lap Jordy. There we go. See what he can do. See if he can improve from his current position in P9. The nice looking livery on the Williams car. We're gonna unplug this now. It doesn't want to turn on. What happens when you buy like really cheap webcams? Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Very temperamental, but I'll put that down there. Ooh. A little bit of a slide there, just to catch it. Sorry, I'm like doing so many things at the same time. I'm always super unprepared for these things and very off the cuff. I need to clean my room. I need to finally start washing clothes from when I went on vacation. It's all just piling up and all that. And then I need to do a warm compress on the dog's eye after this. I was gonna try to do it in between the sessions, but I didn't have enough time. I had to deal with foxes in the yard and the dogs being outside. It's just a mess. Well, let's see. Williams' car cuts the curb. Doesn't invalidate. Very nice. Good traction on the exit. Coming across the line. Will he improve? He does. Jumps up to P4. Great lap from him. And we're going to move on to the next person. To the next soul to claim. Actually, I think they might just be going back into the box. They are. So yeah, just these two left out on track. We got about 5 minutes left in the session. So we're getting down to squeaky bum time. Oh, yes, there she goes. The door's open. Gone. Goodbye. Goodbye, dog. It's a nice livery. I like that one. Is this the only other one that you can have in the game, or do they add, like, multiple options? That's what they should do. They should just keep adding every time a new special livery gets added, or gets used in a season. They just put it in the game. Why not? Let me change this. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, this is third to the last race. I worded that very weirdly. We only got 2 more after this, Bahrain and Monza. And then the season will be over on January 18th. This is the last race. Obviously, you have to wait for Stu's reports in case anything changes afterwards, but our last race for season 15 will be January 18th at the Temple of Speed. So, MRK wants any chance to put more of a challenge on Rhythm's championship lead. It's got to be now because he's not here today. So, win is his only option, really. So yeah, if he wins today, he will overtake Rhythm's lead. Or if he comes second. Yes. But just needs to finish on the podium. But first or second, minimum. Hello, Corey. How's it going? Thumbs up. Corey, thoughts on MRK being 18 points behind the leader in the championship? You're shaking your head. Maybe not good enough. I mean, if he wins today, he'll pass him.
Hey, what?
Yeah. If he wins,
He's not racing.
He's not racing. The other guy's not there. The other guy is Bum is the only Red Bull today because Tilla's not here either. So, but let me actually go to tier 2. What am I looking for? Constructors. But yeah, so they've got a good margin, Red Bull at the moment, to 228 to Aston Martin's 173. Ferrari also not far behind with 168, so it could get a little spicy here at the end of the season. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, the Vegas livery would look really cool. I like the sleek black look. As Man in the Box has left the session. Hopefully MRK can get him back in swiftly. As Mod will have time to go around again, potentially, if he's got enough fuel in the tank. But yeah, it's now do or die time. Kiwi is gonna be the next one across the line. We got 1 minute left. This is it. It's time to improve. Or maybe others will pass you. Who knows? Let's get more dramatic as we got Fletcher pulling off to the side in sector 2. How many people go? They got about 40 seconds to get across the line. Hopefully he hasn't left it too late. Looks to the onboard camera. Why not? Another yellow flag. I think that was one of the... Oh no, it's a Williams, I think? As Jordan has retired from the session. Oh, I think he crashed. I think he crashed out of turn 2. From what it looks like. We had his teammate, pulled over off to the side, Zeech. The 2 yellow flags caused by the Williams car against Kiwi can only go up to P5. From across the line, he's done Golden Drift as well. MRK setting the provisional pole. Well, Fletcher, he's still far back. And everyone's gonna keep going across the line now. Both kicks down in P12 and P13. Mod's day is done as well. P14. Let's see Miller. What can Miller do? As we also got a Mercedes coming across the line as well. Sin jumps up to P3. A great lap. Merc might be back, baby. Let's see the Alpine. As he comes and takes pole position from MRK. Wow, that is such tight margins. I was not expecting that. That's a great lap from Miller, but we'll see if he can, you know, translate that coming into the race. But here comes Fletcher in the Ferrari. Going across the line as we got someone to hit the pit wall. You know, Shamrock. And Fletcher finished in 3rd, so he overtakes the Mercedes. At the death. C. Miller. 6 thousandths of a second on MRK. But yeah, we've seen from Miller before. Great 1-lap pace. Also great race pace, but the mistakes creep in. And he gets himself into a bit of trouble. So hopefully he can have a clean getaway, a clean race. A good race against MRK, and we'll see who comes in on top. But there you go. There's your quality positions. I got a hair in my mouth. I missed the content. Yeah, I missed him hitting the wall. Poor Jordy. Well, you can only do what you can. You can always make it up. I don't think he's starting that far back either, so he'll be just fine. But yeah, MRK definitely needing the win today to pass Rhythms in the championship. Let me see here. He's missed a couple of races, I think. From what I understand. I think he missed Qatar too. Unless I'm tripping. Yeah, I think he missed Qatar as well. Yeah, MRK is going to need every advantage that he can get. Yeah, see if he can come back and win this championship. He's come close a few times. Definitely deserved the championship last season. In tier, was it 3? I don't remember if we had 4 tiers last season. I think it was just 3 tiers. So it'll be a tough one, especially with if Rhythms does come back. I'd assume so, since he's already missed 2, so can't miss too many more. But the lights are coming on as I'm being attacked by a dog. Get off me. And away we go. We got a stalled out Red Bull at the back of Bum, as MRK's gonna take the inside line. Miller's gonna hold around the outside, no problem. Don't have to worry about the Ferrari behind him instead. As seems to be a clean start for everybody. Got a couple of people trading positions back and forth. Went to the side-by-side action. Bum decided to not participate in the start. But yeah, great getaway from Miller. Create a little bit of a distance. A little bit of a wiggle there. We'll see if anyone gets any time penalties today. I know that pit lane is a bit tricky, as man in the box is back. Terrible timing, as he's now tumbled down into second to last. But let's keep kind of shuffling through everybody. Kind of just watching, waiting. Little skirmishes here and there. But pretty clean, as we got some side-by-side here with Sin and Kiwi. Kiwi's got crazy straight line speed, and he's out of there, pushing on the battery a little bit. But there's a big gap now between, or a gap opening, I should say, between the 2 Ferraris. This DRS will be activated shortly. We shall see. Let's see Zeech. Zeech close to the back of the McLaren. Has now pulled out of his sights, as he decides to take a trip. A little bit of grass, no problem. Pick it off, go again. Marmo and MB Jacobson were kind of going back and forth a little bit. But yeah, it's definitely tricky if you have higher downforce. Especially just being in the dirty air, you can't really... It's hard to take advantage of that. Now that, especially because almost everyone is, you know, between 1 second between each other. Besides Bum and man in the box at the back. Hopefully he's actually fully taken over his car now. But yeah, definitely want to stay in that DRS detection point, as it'll start to be a little bit tricky, as Kiwi has fallen out of that 1 second range just slightly. See if he can gain that time back. Probably just have to push on this straight, going to 130R. Should be fine. Coming into lap 3. So, pretty uneventful so far. As expected, I wasn't expecting everyone to go bowling into each other, but, yeah, now it's kind of, just kind of relaxed, get into the rhythm, maybe sizing up your opponents a little bit, but, no need to be going crazy with overtaking and too many battles, I guess. Want to kind of keep yourself safe, because the race is long from over. That's why I've always got that mentality of no matter what happens, you just keep going. You never know what's going to happen. There's 15 cars on track. You never know if it's going to be a safety car, anything like that. We got a pass here of NBA falling down a couple positions. Shamrock off into the gravel a little bit. See if Bum can snatch that opportunity. He's going to go side by side with him. Going into the hairpin. Pretty close. Leave each other some space. Very well done. Who's got better traction? Maybe even better straight line speed, as they're both probably going to push. I lied. Only Bum did with the battery. And now he's up into the points in P12. We'll see if he can stay within 1 second of Mod to get some DRS going down the main straight. Because Marlo is also pretty close again to MB Jacobson. See if he can make a pass going down to turn 1 and 2. The Shamrock is getting passed by MVA now. Oh, spot too far. See Shamrock. Shamrock did not get DRS, I don't think, unless I can't see properly. It doesn't look like that front or that rear wing is open, so MVA is through. And now chasing Mod, who got passed by Bum. And kind of the same story out front, keeping each other at a respectable distance, I'd say. Yeah, going to Degner 1 and 2, definitely a bit tricky. Don't want to go on the gravel, don't want to mount the curb and try and accelerate. That's just going to spin you a bit. Even the traction here, the hairpin, also really tricky as, yeah, Omarma's all over the back of MB Jacobson, so we'll see if he can make a move sooner rather than later. There's no rush, of course, but let me pull up the tires real quick. As basically everyone's on the medium, so that's what I was thinking about earlier. I just never verbalized it, but in Tier 3 we had a more of a mixed up grid in terms of tires. Not Tier 2. We got everyone basically on the mediums except for Jordy and P8 here. So he's kind of fallen off the back of the leading pack. We'll see if Jacobson's gonna get close enough. Got great straight line speed. He's gonna stick his nose down the inside. Doesn't quite have enough track to make that move work, but yeah, he's gotta be real cautious because he does have that Haas just sniffing his rear end. Take this off. Little position change, so we bum down 4 spots. Zeech up 4 as our biggest gainer. Actually, man in the box because he was in AI to start with, is down 5. Fortunately for him, but he's back in. Still close to the back of Shamrock, so he's not down and out just yet. Go back to the front of the field as MRK is starting to close that gap on Miller just slightly. Let's see Miller. Who's got better straight line speed, I wonder, or if they're using the same setup or a similar setup in terms of wings. But don't be like me, I was using a setup that I had from like June, and it's just like I don't have anything else, so we're just gonna make it work. Let's see, DRS battery on. Miller's gonna defend, going to the middle of the track. Marquez gonna go down the inside. Miller, great defense. With the outside line, stuck to it, had great traction, and is able to keep his lead at the moment. So he's doing a good job defending as Mod dropping down again, another place to MVA. But yeah, it's getting a little spicy. Fletcher now all over the back of LRK too. Again, it's kind of that thing of like, you gotta pick your battles delicately. You don't want to leave yourself too vulnerable to the car behind you, especially because everyone is pretty close behind each other. So we've got a yellow flag. I think it's Kiwi off into the grass. There we go, Degna 2, like we were speaking about earlier. And Omarmo finally getting past MB Jacobson, are trying to. He's got great traction on the exit. He's got, oh, actually, no, I lied. That was MB Jacobson able to hold that. To Omarmo. I thought he was going to think about sticking his nose down the inside, but he's going to have to be patient and wait yet again. There's opportunity to strike and kind of move up a little bit. So Zeech, or Golinger is close behind Zeech as well. Yeah, I'm expecting Kiwi to make the move here, going down to turn 1. Let's he's struggling a little bit with grip. This is the point where the mediums will start to feel it a little bit. I'm expecting people to pit around lap 11-ish. You'll see Jordy trying to hold it around the outside. And he does. Great defense. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Maybe you just hold the racing line, and you'll be good to go. And Kiwi gonna have to try again. He's got these two kind of sniffing, waiting for an opportunity to strike of the Haas and the kick. Thankfully, kick is no longer in F1. Thank God. That green is so ugly. Running into Audi next year, of course, everyone should know that by now, but as Nick Jacobson looked like he's gonna make a move. Bum dropping down into the gravel he goes, and he is in last place, unfortunately. And had a pretty decent look in qualifying, but not translated very well so far. But again, still got plenty of laps to go, 20 laps to go. You never know what might happen. But yeah, the main trio right here. Kind of nose to tail a little bit. More kind of sitting back a little bit as Jordy is able to gap Kiwi. So he's doing really well with those hard tires. I'm gonna assume he's gonna pit around lap 15-ish. As Shamrock is gonna be the first one to jump into the pit lane. As MB Jacobson flies by the Ferrari. As even Omarmo going down the inside. Never mind, maybe you can't hold it on the outside, you just need the better grip. And boom. Omarmo is through. Kiwi struggling still. His woes continue after going off at Degma 2, dropping him down all the way to 10th place. So, got a lot of work to do. They pulled up the tires yet again. Bum and Shamrock both into the pits to put on a fresh set of hard tires. Bit of an early pit stop, I'd say. I think we could probably go a bit longer, but hey, what do I know? As Golden Drift getting really close to the back of Zeech. Doesn't want to make the move yet. Wants to wait for DRS. As Zeech probably whacked it in none to save a bit of battery. As he's pushing now. Golden Drift still in the wake of the toe, still has very good straight line speed. And I assume he might be able to make this move. Needs to prioritize having a good exit. Flying a little bit across that chicane, but able to make it work. Getting the power down nicely. I think he should be able to hold this. He's gonna try and take the outside line. Zeech gives him a little bit of a shove. I don't think they made contact, but definitely didn't leave a lot of room there. That potentially could go to the steward's room. We'll have to wait and see. With that tussling, here comes Williams, or the other Williams, I should say, coming to maybe help back up his teammate. Yeah, we haven't really talked much about the leaders. Not much is happening right now. As Jordy Shamrock just gets past Mod in the pit lane. Oh, he's coming out of the pits actually. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, just getting past. Let's see, Miller going through Spoon now. Yeah, not too much is going on. So we're kind of just still in formation. But yeah, Jordy has kind of gapped out the two behind him that we're following pretty closely. These hard tires are definitely feeling a lot better than these mediums. But yeah, just depending on how much people are pushing, I'm expecting the pitters to start now as MRK goes into the pit lane. Hopefully no one gets a 10-second. It is quite easy to get a 10-second here. You gotta brake really early, really hard. As boy, he just takes out the board there. Zeech cutting that really close, almost hitting the wall. That could have taken off the tire easily. As MRK, where is he gonna filter out? Gets passed by man in the box, and she now has a clean gap to fill into. Shouldn't get the dirty air either from off his teammate. And away he goes. Now we need to see how Fletcher and Miller can respond to this, as we've got a car off MVA in the S section. A little squiggly S section. Able to keep it moving. But now MRK's right behind him. So he definitely want MVA to get a move on so that he can get a move on. He doesn't want to get held up by slower cars. And yeah, so the same three as from before of Kiwi, Eddie Jacobson, and Marmo. Still keeping it pushing. Let's go back to the leaders and see who's gonna pit when. Are they gonna pit this lap since MRK pit last lap, or are they gonna try and maybe go extend a little bit longer, maybe lap 11? Let's see, they both decide to continue on. And there we go. That answers that question. MRK should be really close to the NBA. Oh, he is really close. So Marmo jumps into the pit lane. MRK needs to dispatch of this kick very quickly. Getting all sorts in his way. Should be able to make this pass no problem. I say no problem. Good, very good straight line speed on this kick car. But can't hold off the Aston Martin for long. Hopefully, I think Man in the Box is back. I don't think that's an AI, so he'll definitely need to move out of his teammate's way. He doesn't want to hold him up for too long. As Jordy picks a 3-second time penalty for track limits. First time pen of the day, as Man in the Box now decides to slide on over. Good teamwork there. Guys can let MRK sail off into the distance and see if we can hold back NVA, as those two will be fighting for position. Let's see, MB Jacobson and Kiwi decided to stay on, or sorry, stay out as Awan boxed. Now down into P12. So I'm assuming everyone's gonna jump in this lap. But I mean, hey, I could be wrong. Let's see what Miller decides to do. He does. Fletcher is the one that continues on. Maybe he's the tire whisperer, can keep it going for as long as he needs to. Jordy, of course, gonna stay out again as M. Jacobson flies into the pits. Kiwi again, also staying out. Both Ferraris on a similar strategy from what it looks like. MRK coming to the final corner. Oops. Lost him for a second. There we go. He's through. And he actually gets past Miller. So, the work MVA tried to undo hasn't worked out too well, as MRK now has a slight advantage. But we'll see, I think there's a yellow flag. I think Fletcher had a little bit of a whoopsie. Oh yeah, but losing grip on those tires, definitely gonna need to box soon. And we'll see what can happen. I kind of just move through the field here, see what everyone's up to. MB Jacobson again leading the train. His good buddy Omarmo right behind him yet again. That's probably going to be a little frustrating for the Haas driver. Golden Drift all over the back of this Mercedes, who has fresh tires on. Gotta give him a minute to warm up, but see what it looks like going down after the final corner, down the main straight. And Fletcher decides to finally pit. I'm assuming Kiwi's gonna double stack, and he is. So he should be fine. Hopefully Fletcher doesn't have any damage. That would be a disaster, as Zeech gets a 3-second time penalty. The MRK is gonna sail right on by Miller as well. So Fletcher gonna filter out behind Zeech? Yeah, just behind Zeech in P6. Man in the Box still needs to pit. Jordy also still needs to pit. So it's not all hope is lost, but Kiwi, yeah, not the greatest strategy. The double stack, and it's gonna set him back down into P12. So he's still in the points. So again, not all hope is lost. We still got what, like halfway done now. As Golden Drift still staring at the rear wing of this Mercedes car. As Sin's probably going to do his best to keep up with Fletcher, his pit, and is now behind Zeech, who's stuck behind Man in the Box on these 12-lap old mediums that are probably screaming for help. And Zeech is probably going to, yep, he's going to make the move. I was going to say he might be a little impatient, but Man in the Box off the track a little bit. Zeech with a little argy-bargy, a bit of bumping and jiving going on here, but made it work. I'm assuming Man in the Box is going to pit. Okay, yeah, Zeech gives the position back. Very sportsman-like. Give him an accidental tap, but now it's going to hold up Fletcher's directly behind them. Man in the Box decides to stay out again. How are his tires doing this? And here comes the Ferrari and the Williams. Fletcher trying to play it safe as Man in the Box goes completely off the track, that time on his own. And he has fallen several positions and gets a 3-second just to rub salt in the wound. Fletcher, Sin, actually, Zeech, Fletcher, Sin, and Golden Drift all getting past this poor Aston Martin. Let's see, let's check back up on Miller. He's got a 2-lap tire advantage to MRK. But it's kind of the same as before when Miller was leading. He had about hovering around, I think, average like a 6/10 gap ahead of MRK, 6-7-10, something like that. Obviously, it fluctuates, section by section. Because of the fantastic dirty air that we have in this game. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think both just need to keep it clean. We've seen how difficult it actually is to really pass, even with DRS down the main straight. I feel like you have to have like a very big wing advantage to really make that move stick. But Miller is pretty close to the back of MRK. He's got a little bit of a compromised exit, and it looked like he had a little bit of understeer, but he is flying. I think he's going to get this move done. No problem. I don't think MRK is going to be able to hold it. Nope, he does not. Oh, actually, switchback. Oh, it's close. Oh, they touch. Oh, no. That was really close. I don't know. Who's at fault there, gang? We need the stewards in the chat. What are we saying? Was there any room left? Ooh, I don't know. Side by side, but I think MRK might have come across him there. I had to play the blame game. Or was that just a racing incident? I don't know. But yeah, Miller's not going to be very happy about that. Had such a great start. Pushing for the win, and now is stuck in this train behind Fletcher. And he's now got to push to stay in DRS. Yeah, that's tough. It is tough for sure. But yeah, like I said, if I had to play the blame game, I have to watch it back again like a couple times just to really get the full picture. But just from like instant reactions, I think MRK might have come across him too much there. But Jordy has finally said sayonara to these hard tires. By the way, Man in the Box has still stayed out. Like, what is this? Let's see when Jordy decides to filter out. So MRK now with a very sizable gap on the rest of the pack. Can sail off into the distance, and now he has to put the pedal to the metal if he does get deemed at fault for that incident. Let's see, Jordy's probably going to want to come ahead of MB Jacobson, but he is not. He does get ahead of Amarmo though, which is good for him. Now only has to deal with one car at a time. His pace has looked good. MB Jacobson has looked really strong this race. I want to say his pace has surprised me, but he's done really well. Hopefully he can keep it going. Go back up to this leading quartet here. Yeah, it's gonna be tricky for Miller to make any of these passes. But yeah, he's gonna have to obviously do his best. That's a tough one for sure. Tough pill to swallow. So if that's a penalty, what would that be, like a 5-second, or would you say that'd be a 10-second penalty? So if it's a 5-second, he's in the clear, but can he pull out another like 4 seconds on these guys here? I mean, if that's the case, Sin's gonna have to really defend for his life. As a man in the box gets passed again by Emmy Jacobson, but we're looking at Fletcher, who's gonna fly on by past the Mercedes. And through he goes up to P2. What did they give Snoop in Australia? That's a good question. I can check real quick. Hopefully nothing happens. Stewards decisions. After Australia, Snoop got a 5-second penalty. So, there we go, 5-second penalty. So, if that's the case, MRK is in the clear. For now, I don't know, but again, he's just the same thing. He's gonna have to not make any mistakes. Fletcher is actually gaining on him slightly as well, so if I'm him, I'm not giving up or trying to manage anything. You gotta put full beans on this. We're missing a lot of passes. What's going on here in this midfield and the box? What is going on? How is he still doing this? Look at his tires. He can barely drive the track. What is his plan here? I'm confused. Why does he not pit? Just like a sitting duck out there. I didn't notice Zeech had hit again, and he's down to 13th. Unfortunate. Ooh. I've missed Miller going past Sin. So Miller back on the podium again. But yeah, look at that gap between Fletcher and MRK. Fletcher is hauling ass. So we're just gonna keep that in mind just in case if he does get a penalty, he may or may not. They could just deem it a racing incident, but Fletcher is going no holds barred here as man in the box finally decides to make his pit stop and puts on the soft tires. Yeah, that Ferrari is not messing around. That's pure horsepower right now. He's moving. He's moving and gapping Miller at the same time, so, which is not what Miller wants. He needs to stay in DRS range of the Ferrari. He's got any hopes of potentially catching back up to MRK and maybe retaking the lead that he had for about half of this race. Where is the detection zone? Is right here, I think. If you got it, it's just barely. Let's see. Let's see if that rear wing opens up. He was definitely moving to try and catch back up. He does have DRS from the looks of it. Hello there. Ow. Golden Drift, still kind of holding station behind Sin, who's got a time penalty. I'm pretty sure everyone here has got 3 seconds. I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Yes. 3-second time penalties. Yeah, Zeech has made 2 stops. I don't know if he had damage or anything like that, but unfortunately he made a 2nd stop and now he's down to P11. Again, points go down to P12. So not the end of the world, but he's now got to battle it out with MV Mod close behind him as he's close to the back of Drunken Shamrock. But gotta keep a close eye on these leaders here, as Fletcher has broken into that 5-second window that MRK needed to have. But again, Fletcher pit way after MRK did, I'm pretty sure. So, higher difference. He's got even fresher tires than the Miller does. If he wants to keep this win, he's got to hope Fletcher makes a mistake, or he's got to put some serious pace in. Let's see Golden Drift. See if he can get close enough. He was close into the chicane, but when it came to going through the chicane and the exit, Finish just peeled off slightly. Golden Drift does have good really good straight line speed, so gonna have to prioritize these exits here more so than the entries if he wants to get past this Mercedes, as the other two have completely pulled away from them. Not a lot of action back here. Each getting past Truck and Shamrock. Man, no, that's Bum, sorry. Bum going into the pit lane. Probably putting on a set of soft tires. We only got a few laps left to go in this race. So every battle here counts. Everyone's playing for a position here. No more managing, you just gotta go all out. Yeah, for the people that have 3 seconds, it might not be looking too good for them, but again, you gotta just do what you can as big lockup, I think, from MVA or Shamrock, whichever one. As Shamrock's able to hold it for now. But MVA, not with his most promising pace that we've seen from him before. Shamrock goes wide at Spoon and picks up a 3-second time penalty. But Miller actually got past Fletcher. Didn't even notice that. Too busy, too many things going on, too many gaps that are close together. Like Kiwi, for example. Kiwi, oh, Jordan did get DRS. Oh wow, just barely, I think. But I had to hold Kiwi at bay for just a little bit longer. Well, yeah, I was not expecting Miller to go flying past like that. He's back into P2, his original spot. Obviously, he wanted to be fighting more closer to the Aston Martin ahead, but again, that's the kind of thing you just never give up, even when things don't go your way. You just gotta keep trying. As a Drunken Shamrock now pits, and we'll see if he can come out ahead of his Red Bull counterpart. He should, no problem. The mod in the points, everybody. Hopefully you can stay there. It'll be good for the team. Yeah, I think what MRK really needs is he needs these two to kind of duke it out with each other. If he doesn't have anything else in his locker, like this is, you know, the current pace he's running at, this is all he's got left. He needs these two to battle it out, just to have that 5-second buffer. Because we are getting down to the final few laps here, so everything's gonna count. Yeah. MRK is pushing, his battery is looking quite low. Just definitely needs to just keep a move on. Let's see Jordy close to the back end of Jacobson. Finally gonna see an overtake. Oh, maybe not. We gotta see some signs, some contact though. At least I finally caught something on the camera for once, instead of after the fact. But they're able to hold it. Everyone good. Hopefully no damage to the floor there of the Williams or side pod. Kind of tangled there, but everyone's alive and safe. As I lied, Jordy is off the track. He's not safe. He's spinning. Bang! Front wing gone. As be careful, everybody. We've got a stopped Williams on track, and that's gonna bring out a virtual safety car. I'm gonna slowly come around that Williams, who's finally reversed back onto the track. It was looking good for Jordy. He had a couple little mishaps in that first sector, and boom, there we go. So this is probably something MRK didn't want, is a virtual. I'm gonna slow him right down, and Miller has gained a lot of time under this yellow flag here. So that's whether that's MRK giving a lot of time on the delta to then push when it's ending, going back to green. Yeah, there we go. That's what it was. just the delta time. Let's see if Miller can gain any more time under this virtual safety car. As the invisible marshals will go clean up the track where Williams had spun off and broken off his front wing. There's Jordy on track. He's coming towards the pit lane now. Most likely going to change his wing as Miller gets a drive-through. Oh my gosh. That's unfortunate timing for Jordy. Couldn't get to the line in time for the yellow flags, but as Miller's off the track, oh my, he's all over the place. And the Mercedes, will he be able to come back in time? He does not. Sin is now through. Golden Drift can be right behind him. And Miller, gone from bad to worse for him, unfortunately. He had a very good comeback, and then it's now unraveled for him. Virtual safety car from a spun out Williams to not getting a drive-through, and almost causing another yellow flag, having a little trip into the gravel. And yeah, unfortunately he's gonna have to serve that drive-through, and that's gonna set him back. I don't even know. Can't do math. Probably to maybe around Zeech's spot. So it's gonna drop him down a couple of spots, but we'll see when he decides to serve that penalty, whether it's now or a couple laps time. He's gonna do it now. Better to do it sooner rather than later. And unfortunately, Miller will have to go super slow, just kind of trundling down the pit lane. He's gonna see cars coming past him. Comes M. Jacobson and Kiwi. MVA gets a 3-second. Looks like he cut the chicane a little bit. Let's see Zeech. Gonna pass Miller as well. So yeah, I was right. So around Zeech's spot. He's gonna come out ahead of Pickett NVA. And down into 8th place he goes. From pole position down to 8th. Just a couple of laps to go. Very unfortunate. But that's racing for you. Things always go your way. That's why, people have different, strategies for how they want to push during the VSC when it's ending. They always want to give some time on that delta and give you ample room to push after that. But yeah, now we got Kiwi and MB Jacobson back together again. They're just missing their buddy Omarmo. But yeah, so now all the penalties left are just 3 seconds. So I will take this train off. I will switch it to the tires actually. So everyone towards the rear of the field are on newer tires, as you can imagine. Zeech, by the way, coming back after making his second stop quite early, and back up to P7. So good work from him. We've only got a couple laps left to go. With a little bit of a snap there. Not going to help him trying to attack MB Jacobson here, as he's going to get close, or close-ish with DRS, but not even close to making a move. Let's try again. Marlowe's getting close to in the box, who's on older soft tires that are probably hurting right now, because I'm pretty sure these tires only go like 5 laps and then they feel like poopy. So a lot of pretty fresh soft tires should be able to get this done and dusted. Aston Martin won't make it easy for him as they touch again. Already sets the fastest lap. Mama's not going to get this up easily. And the man in the box is giving him a right squeeze. Ooh, it's tricky to go side by side here, but they're making it work. Just barely. As they touch again, it's still touching, still banging wheels, banging side pods, front wings, everything. But after some tough tussling, he's finally through. Up into P11. Switch back here to Kiwi. Chasing after MB Jacobson for that P5 spot. We'll see if he can get this done. Again, it's just prioritizing the exit here. You want to get a good exit because MB Jacobson does have very good straight line speed. And for another little snap there, so that's definitely not going to help his cause. We'll see if he can get close enough. I don't know if he will. Actually, maybe. No, no. MB Jacobson's super fast in a straight line. Now harvesting some battery. And, he's gonna have to try it again. Yeah, Omaro fully gapping out man in the box now after making that pass. And he's free to do whatever. He's 9 seconds off the back of Mod. He's up into P10. God bless. Yeah, Fletcher actually has closed that gap to MRK by quite a lot. So hopefully MRK isn't running low on fuel or anything like that. That would not be good for him. He's got to have his fingers and toes crossed that incident, if Miller decides to report it, gets deemed as a racing incident, because if he is given a 5-second penalty, he will be coming in second place, and he needs the first place to pass Rhythms in the championship. Holmdrift getting all over the curve there. Definitely not going to help his cause. Trevor Shamrock actually getting past Jordy, who I think made a little bit of a mistake. It's just not been his day today. Miss Williams. He's getting close to MB Jacobson again. It just doesn't have enough juice as we are on the final lap. So maybe for Kiwi, you just try and send one somewhere, anywhere. Open pray that something sticks. As Fletcher is really close to the back of MRK. I wonder if he's got an issue. A big issue. Because his Ferrari is moving. He's hauling ass. So if he's low on fuel, this could be a big yikes. As here comes Fletcher. Will he be able to make a move going into the chicane? I don't know if he's got enough in the tank for that, but it's gonna be close. I don't think it'll be close enough though. Let's size him up. See what his exit looks like. MRK should be able to hold this. Fletcher with a little bit of a snap. And just barely coming across the line is MRK and then Fletcher. So Sin is gonna get caught by Golden Drift just barely in his 3-second range. Give it up for MB Jacobson. Was able to hold off Ferrari of Kiwi, and boom, P5. Great result for him. Zeech coming across Miller has spun it. Well, he potentially could have gotten to Zeech's time penalty there. Had a little bit of a whoopsie. Here comes Mod, then Omarmo. It's Mod. Mod coming across the line, then Omarmo. Then we got a little bit of a break, because we got man in the box coming across, then Shamrock and Jordy have a nice little scrap at the end as Shamrock has hit the wall, he spun it across the line, but he's made it work. Oh my. Well, that went from quite calm, a little uneventful, to then everything happening all at once in typical Tier 2 fashion. Oh. Well, MRK taking the win. Great charge from Fletcher towards the end there. With great I wouldn't even say great pace, that was blistering. He was flying there at the end. So he should be proud of that drive there. 100%. Why do I have so many notifications on Discord? Oh, it's from a group chat. Like, what the heck's going on? As we all spray champagne. Everyone throw out a yippee. As our race winner MRK, Jordy, fastest lap. Driver of the day is Zeech, and he also had the most overtakes, and MB Jacobson with the cleanest driver. As skip through here. And here we go. Here's our order for today's race here in Tier 2. Remember, we only got 2 more left to go, so remember, folks, we want good attendance for the last couple races. as I don't know if they need race director, but this is where we're at. As for some reason they don't show Fletcher's best time. He was just so good that he just same with Kiwi. It was just so good they don't have a best lap. But anyway, yeah, great job for everybody. Finishing the race, no one retired due to incidences or anything like that. They just kept it pushing. So good job to everyone, and we will see you next time for what? What's the next race? Bahrain next week. See you then. Adios, cuz.